Welcome to a quick tutorial on the rules of sailing and in particular the rules of racing. I'm not covering every single rule here, and I used the help of DiscoInfidel to help me do this, so thank you to him. Okay, the first thing that we're going to look at is port on port. So this is not really about racing, this is more about just navigating close to somebody. So if you're going in the opposite direction, as you can see from the picture here, with port and starboard, the port tack in this case is going to give way. So it's called port on port because you pass each other on the port side, just like this. And once again from another angle. I don't need to give way here, but I do a little bit, and he goes down my port side. Okay, so let's move on now to short races and talking about first of all port and starboard tacks. So port tacking boats always have to keep clear. Starboard tack always has the right of way, whether it be at the beginning of a race or when you are tacking during a race. Same can be said when you're on the ocean. I'm not really going to go in about barging at the start, but if you wish, in the description below you will see links to the rules of racing documents that I have obtained. These are not written by me, and you can download them freely from different websites. So as I get ready to come up to the start line here, you can notice that I'm on port tack and DiscoInfidel is on a starboard tack. Therefore he has the right of way. He can go in front of me. I must give way and go around the back of him. I cannot point into his bow. And once I go past him, I can then power up, and the same can be said for the other way. Once again, here I am on a starboard tack, DiscoInfidel is on port tack, so he must go around the back of me. Now obviously if there was no collision about to take place, we were far enough apart, he could have kept on that tack, but eventually if we did converge, he would need to give way to me. It's basically about common sense here, using your common sense. Don't go through other boats. And obviously if you do start the race a little bit too fast, what you need to do is, like I'm doing here, come back around and go through the start again. Okay, and I notice that I've done this one more time, just because the first attempt at this was not very good. And you can see that once again we're converging on the line, and I will need to give way, go around the back, and then I can power up again. Okay, the next example is about tacking. And just as the same as when we started the race, once again the starboard tack always has the right of way. So I'm on a port tack right now. Why is it port? Or once again, if you've seen my videos, you'll know why. It's because the wind is blowing from the port side across. and as I get close to him, I should not go in front because I don't have enough boat lengths to do that, so once again I need to go behind. If I was far enough ahead, I'm free and easy to go across. Once again, from the opposite direction, this time I'm on a starboard tack, and DiscoInfidel is on a port. So once again, as he gets close to me, okay, I'm in front of him anyway, but he will need to bear away a little bit, and there he goes behind me. So the basic importance here is that starboard tack always has the right of way. Next, we're going to talk quickly about overlapping boats. In races, often as you get close to other boats, in this situation right now, we're not overlapped, so there wouldn't be a problem for me to push out and across over the front of him. Although now he's in a overlapped position, and because I am the windward boat and he is the leeward boat, I should not push out and hinder his path. And as you can see, I've pulled a little bit in front of him here, and he has pushed away. So now DiscoInfidel is in front of me, and there is no overlap, and he is able to go across my bow. Once again, just looking at a little bit more of a tacking situation here. And in this case, even though I'm on a starboard tack and he is on a port tack, you can see that he is well in front of me. He does not need to go behind me. He can still go straight in front. So once again, we're not on a collision course, and he has just as much right as to go across my bow. Okay, next. Once again, we're back to a situation where we have overlapping boats. As he pulls in his sails. And if I was in front, I could go across him, but as I'm not, I need to go behind him. Remember in Sailaway as well that when you do change tack, the boat doesn't keep a lot of speed, so you must make sure that you are in front. Okay, and one of the last things I want to show now is to go around the mark, and as the graphic shows, the boat in green has the right of way. So it's really the inside boat that, even when it's overlapped, but still in front has the right of way here. So I would be the red boat in this situation. DiscoInfidel is the green boat, and I need to keep clear of him. I should not cross his path and get inside him. And even though this example is not probably the best that we could do, the idea here once again is to use your common sense. Don't hit the mark. Don't go through somebody else's boat that is, level with you, and to give enough space for, whether it be a change of sails, or that they need to trim up. Just give that little bit of extra room. I know it's much harder on a simulator than it is in real life, because the peripheral vision here is not as good as you have in real life. And once again, I'm trimming up, and by the time I do this, he's pulled well away. So there's no chance here of actually a collision. And the last thing I want to talk today is about spectators. Every race, it's good to have spectators, but once again, just watch out what side of the wind you are. If you are on the windward side, you are going to cause a wind shadow, just like you can see up in the corner there. So this is actually slowing me down at the moment. So if you are a spectator, it's often best to be on the leeward side, and you can watch quite comfortably, even getting quite close if you need to, just as long as you're not affecting the wind. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Links below.